Alright guys, so it's a lovely 8:35 in the morning. It's like 70 some odd degrees in here. It's 39 degrees outside. And we are in Springfield, Ohio. I have like 11 hours and 600 some odd miles until I'm home. So I'm going to break this up really nicely where I'm not, you know, like I had yesterday where I basically had one run that was like 4 hours and it was like 298 miles, and most of that was just going slow with traffic and roadblocks, idiots who can't drive for shit. Nevertheless, so I'm trying to keep these around like under 200 miles, just so it's much easier driving. And I feel like I feel like things go a lot quicker when I'm only doing like 200 at a time, because I can get out of the truck and move around a lot sooner. So, but anyway guys, I am going to take off, try to get awake before I start calling people. My first gas station is like 190 some odd miles away. I got a little cold at night. It got down to like 55 in here. So I turned the truck on, I think it was 50 or 40. And I turned the truck on, warmed it up, shut it off, and that was at like 5 o'clock, I think it was. Because I didn't go to sleep until like 2 o'clock this morning, and it's 8:27 now, so I tried to get as much sleep in me as possible. Just because I still have to drive through Manhattan, which is a fun fiasco as it is. But right now, it looks like if I hit all the gas stations and keep running, I should be able to shoot through the BQE, but you know, that looks like the fastest right now. But we'll see what happens. So that's the current update. That's it. Alright guys, update on the list of things. I just stopped at a Sunoco gas station in Diamond, Ohio. I looked at it before I started recording and my brain still was like, duh. It is 50 degrees out. It is chilly. So my next gas station I'm heading to is another Sunoco that's over in Pennsylvania. It's 3 hours, 8 minutes. I hate when it says, like, it pops up on the screen that, like, tell me if there's a cop there. Like, the fuck do I care? I'm doing a video. I'm doing the speed limit here. It's 70. I'm doing 60. I just left the gas station. I want to, you know, conserve some fuel here. And no, it's not a cop. That's a broken down car with no gas in it. I see the problem. Ain't no gas in it. I guess because the gas door was open. So, yeah, and there is actually a cop up ahead. Looks like it pulled over a truck, so that's great. Sucks for him. Or there's something wrong. But whatever, nevertheless. So, it's 3 hours and 7 minutes away. It's 214 miles. I'll get there at 2:53 in the afternoon. Eastern time. I'm back in New York time. Thank God. I don't have to do complicated math now. It's 11:45 a.m. and we are running fairly well as soon as we get past the cop over here, cops and everybody. But you know, we're still at 70 miles an hour. After here, it's PA. There's a Sunoco, and then in Jersey, I'm hitting a Shell. And then after that, it's literally like straight home until I hit a gas station back in my hometown of Holbrook, New York. So Yay! We're almost there. It's like 400 miles left. It's 8 hours. So hammer to the floor, hammer to the pedal to the metal. There we go, pedal to the metal. I like pedal to the rubber. But it's been a great trip so far. It was really exciting heading out there, but it's even more exciting finally going back home. I miss my mother, I miss my cats, I miss my turtle, I miss my annoying squirrels, my blue jays that are constantly bugging me for peanuts, and you know, I miss my own bed, I miss, you know, all my own thing, and I also miss going to work and making some money. So, you know, it's fun, but I got to go back to work and start making some money to make up for all the spendings. But this is like the longest stretch. It's, you know, instead of doing 2 hours, I found one that I thought was only like 2 hours away. It turned out to be 3, but I'm like, you know what? I don't care. This is my, I think, first gas station of the day. So that's not too bad, I think. Yeah, it's my first gas station of the day because I stopped at a Love's in Ohio to use the restroom. I couldn't hold it. It was like 98 miles to go, and my bladder was like, I gotta go now. I'm like, fuck. So luckily there was a Love's like 3 miles in front of me, and I just dipped off and did my thing and jumped back on, hit that gas station, and now, you know, I'm back to one gas station a state. So next is PA, then it's New Jersey, and then it's home. So yeah, so I hope you guys are watching this video series. I hope you're liking it. I know it might be lengthy and stuff with videos and photos, but you know, the video that you're watching for an hour, you know, like yesterday, Sunday, that was a 15-hour drive. So at the end of the wrap-up for today, I'm going to have photos of screenshots of the timeline on my GPS. That's going to show you on each day how far I traveled and how many miles I did. How far I traveled, you know, obviously how many miles, and then how long it took. Yesterday, I think, was the longest day ever, was 15 hours and like 1,019 miles. It was a stretch, and I finally fell asleep at like, I don't even know, I think I finally fell asleep last night at like 2:45 in the morning, or this morning, and it was actually the best sleep I've had on the road this whole time, which was very surprising. Being I had so much trouble trying to fall asleep to begin with, it turned out to be like the best sleep I had the whole time. I don't know why. I think it was just that it stayed warm in my truck for a while until it got cold. At one point at night, I turned the heat on, turned the truck on to heat it up, and then shut it off. And when I woke up this morning, on my little gauge that I have, it literally said that it was 78 degrees inside the truck, and when I checked the outside air temp with the sensor on top of my truck, it was 41 degrees. So when I woke up, it was nice and warm, and that was because the sun was coming in. So the sun was helping warming up the truck as well. So it wasn't just my body heat, it was also the sun warmed up the truck. So that was really nice. But I'm going to keep motoring on. There'll be more videos, hopefully some more photos to come when I can. It's a little hard to take photos. I got to position the phone carefully and take a photo, and you know, keep myself between the paint. So as I always say, shiny side up, greasy side down. There'll be more updates to come. Alright everybody, I'm in Langton, Pennsylvania at a Sunoco gas station. Apparently I was at once before. I didn't even realize it was the one that I hit on the way out. It's kind of funny. I just selected it at random because I liked where it was. And it turned out to be the exact same one that I went to when I was heading out to LA. But yeah, anyway, it is windy, it is cold, it's 57 degrees. I'll get to my next gas station at 5:18 p.m. It's 2:50 right now. Yeah, it's like 100 and something miles away, I think. 190, some shit like that. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to get motoring along, and we'll be in Jersey. And then after the Jersey gas station, it's straight home. And it's going to be a fun drive through the city and so on and so forth. But I cannot wait to go home. I can't wait to get out of these clothes. I can't wait to get out of my truck. I can't wait to get the crap out of my truck. It is utterly insane, the amount of shit that's just in here, and clothes and stuff. It is just, oi. And yeah, so time to get going. And we got 558 miles of range on the truck, so we are good to go. And everything's been running good. The temperatures have been running good. Definitely need an oil change. Tire pressure's been okay. Front left tire, transmission's been doing good. And this is what we've driven so far from New York to LA to where we are in Pennsylvania. So not too shabby. Alright guys, later. It's a cool little gravel road I'm on in Pennsylvania right now, in Langton. It was only like 5 miles. I got like 3 miles left before the highway, but it's pretty cool. Nice little sightseeing, you know. Doing this in the daylight is a lot safer than at night because it's narrow road. It's, as the sign says, loose gravel. Hey, we got some off-roading in. There's a little house back here. That's fucking cool. Imagine being out here. God damn. So it's a camp. I almost drove off the road looking at it. I'm kidding. Whee! This is fucking cool, man. And I got some off-road in it. I mean, it's gravel. I'm still off the road, so kind of counts. Sort of. Yeah, talk about like bears and moose and deer and whatever else that's out here. Bigfoot and aliens and Yeti. Mothman. It's like a Stephen King movie over here. This is cool. What's Mike doing? Ah, he's just off-roading, you know. Look at the fucking holes right there. Jesus. Highway's over there. Mike's over here, off-roading. It's two ways too, so you definitely want to watch out for oncomers for sure. £8,000 of change rattling in the truck. West Buffalo Township. Whee! Dodging all the frickin' holes. Mud over here? Like, not yet. Freaking holes, though. This must be fucking fun in the rain. Definitely, I would not really want to do this at night. Ah, I kind of do, but I really don't. I could have got back on the highway, but it was like, hey, you could go down this way. It's a dirt road. I'm like, mind that I do. Thank you for the idea, GPS. I could use a little off-the-road activities on my road trip. Ooh. It's like hard to balance the phone and bounce at the same time. Dodge the potholes. 8 million text messages from everybody under the sun. that's my little fun I'm having right now. I'm driving down a dirt road in the woods. A Stephen King movie. Beginning of a Stephen King movie. Actually, the last time I saw a dirt road like this was I was watching From. So if I see a tree in the middle of the woods, nobody will ever see me again. But I know to not stay out at night because that's when the creatures come out. One-lane bridge. Wasn't there a bridge before the tree was falling down? Something like that. Kind of does remind me of From right now. Alright, I'm gonna go. What's Mike doing on his road trip? Oh, you know, just off-roading in Pennsylvania. You know, nothing out of the ordinary. You know, I had two options with the GPS, get back on the highway, boring, or go down this gravel trail through the woods. Gravel trail it is through the woods. I mean, I might be going slower than the highway. Obviously, I'm doing like 30, 40 miles an hour, but I'm having some fun doing it. Definitely wouldn't want to do this at night, but man, this is fucking cool. What's Mike doing on his road trip? Heading back home? Oh, just doing a little off-roading in Pennsylvania. Alright, so I know nobody can see me except for a little bit of the lights above my head. But, so I got to the gas station over here in Jersey. I am now on the home stretch. I got 73 miles to go. I left the gas station, I think I had like 84 miles. Says I'm going to get home at 8:05 p.m. It is 5:40 p.m. I am in rush hour traffic right now in Jersey, of course. And then I got traffic on the BQE and then traffic on the Long Island Expressway. So right now it's saying it's going to be 2 hours and 22 minutes until I get home. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, I have no problem with this. Ironically, I know nobody could really see me. Kind of makes the video weird at this point. But, you know, I'll take this over having traffic any place else that I've been. This whole road trip back from LA, heading back home to New York. It was literally smooth sailing the whole way when I left LA at 7 a.m. over there on Saturday. And every state that I went through, there was zero traffic. There was, you know, minor slowdowns for construction, but there was zero traffic. Half the time my average speed was 75, 80 the whole time. So I'll take that over having traffic through those areas like I did when I was going from New York to LA. I hit like traffic in like every single state. So having traffic on my home stretch in areas that I'm used to, like over here in Jersey, and then like getting on the BQE, getting on the Long Island Expressway, I'm so used to it and numb to it that I'm like, this is like my norm for me, you know, during rush hour traffic. So I mean, it sucks, everybody hates it, but you know, unfortunately that's what this is, and that's what you're gonna get stuck in. I could have stayed at, you know, I could have found a spot, parked somewhere, and tried to sleep in my truck, you know, until, what, 8, 9 o'clock, you know, sleep for about almost 4 or 5 hours to try to hope that the traffic dies down. Traffic might get worse. It could be an accident. There could be something while I'm sleeping, and now I go to leave, and instead of it being 2.5 hours, it's now, you know, 4 hours or 5 hours, you know, for 80 miles. So I ended up, the gas station didn't have coffee, so I went to the Dunkin' Donuts next door, and I was like, I'll take a large, like, latte. I was like, but a little bit of milk and, like, all coffee, and that's it, and I'll take a little bit of ice, just because I need something, like, cold, instead of, like, having heat. You know, it gets warm in the truck as it is, even with the heat off. So I'll take, you know, so I got a short, long drive, 84 miles for 2.5 hours. It's 2 hours and 19 minutes. It's 71 miles to go. It still says 8:02, so that means that the traffic is still flowing good. And that's it, you know, and I just sip my coffee, my, you know, pee bottles are empty and stuff, so if I start filling them up, you know, just start watering the shoulder as I'm going along. So do what you got to do to, you know, keep her moving. So But yep, that's it. I'm gonna keep motoring along. I think the last video might be, there might be one when I'm on the expressway when I'm actually able to go above 5 miles an hour, or it might be one when I'm finally like in my driveway and I'm just going over a few things, or in my house, whatnot, and that'll be it. So I hope everybody's still watching. I hope everybody likes what has been going on and enjoyed my adventure. My adventure of a lifetime, traveling from New York to LA and back solo, and a lot of the photos and stuff that I captured and some of my funny videos and stuff. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Keep watching. There's more to come to the end of this video. It's not going to be any photos of me driving because all you're going to see is just blurry red lights. So anyway, keep watching. More to come. Okay, with 57 miles remaining, we are on an exit for the Holland Tunnel. And this is how it looks currently. So, yep, we are moving at the speed of smell, which is great. That's actually not bad so far. I mean, it does say 8:10 is my new time. You know, I think I'm getting home between 8:30 and 9:30 at this point. But hey, what are you gonna do? You know, it is what it is. You listen to music, stay calm, sipping my coffee. I know I got plenty of containers to take a leak in, and I just enjoy the beautiful colors of the Christmas lights, as the green lights and the red taillights. So, starting to look a lot like fuck this everywhere you go. Could be worse. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. No lights on. No headlights, no taillights, nothing. Just driving. Driving with nothing on. I couldn't believe it when I saw him before. He still's got nothing on. Those are the people right there that causes the fucking accidents. That fucking idiot. They're stupid. There's no excuse for it. They're just stupid. You know, they're not trying to hide from the cops. They're not trying to hide from the cameras. They're just stupid. They're just stupid. Their excuse is, oh, I did not turn my headlights on. Oh, bullshit. You're not turning on. You're just stupid. You know, those you got to watch out for, because they're either drunk or high. And high on anything. You know, they're either on drugs or whatnot. So, but yep, I am heading to the Holland Tunnel. And then from there, I don't know. I got a lot more traffic to go, but I'm down to 57 miles out of the 87 that I started off with, so not bad. You know, buzzing along here. Coffee's definitely helping. I was getting a little tired getting to that gas station, so being it's my first cup of the day, you know, that's fine. And then I got home, I have a couple beers that'll cancel out the caffeine, theoretically. I hope. If not, I don't care. So, anyway, I put the phone down. I gotta choose which way to go, left or right. Go right, no traffic. Go left, more traffic. Go left, more traffic. Yay! Right? Yeah, okay. Because it's like right now I have like an opportunity to go like, ah, fuck, I gotta go to the right. So. But other than that, if you look behind me, there's tons and tons of traffic behind me. So, I can't really complain. Going pretty good. Well, that's it, everybody. I have made it home. Of course, just as I try to get to filming here. So, as you guys can see, I have... so, from my house to LA and then back to my house was 5,880.3 miles. Some of that was me going the wrong way like I did today. This is what the gas station is I just filled up at. I got 19% left of my oil. Tires are still doing pretty good. The highest, best fuel mileage was 32.9 on this whole trip. It's crazy. And it's 189 right now. Okay, you can see my driveway is a 4% grade. So, I got all my gas receipts. I'm going to go take a look at those inside. Get out of my truck here. Let's see. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. The wipers are off. Oh, God. let's see. I'll show you guys what we got going on here. So, this is what my tires look like right now, and you can see with my car key, I got, well, that left of them. A little bit of tread left, but not a lot. The whole front end of my truck is just, it's hard to see right now with the rain, but I've just got thousands and thousands of bugs just pelted all over the front of my truck. Mud and stuff, because I had to have a little fun today. Yeah, a little fun in the mud, you know. Back tires, you know, you could see them as well. They're pretty down there, you know. Some tread left for sure, but not bad. Yeah, a little dusty and stuff from the run. But yeah, I'm home and go inside, say hi to my mother, and then as it's starting to perfectly rain, I'm going to unpack everything. But it was a fun trip. There'll be more to come for the rest of today. I'm going to count out that stuff, the gas receipts, and that's it. I really got to pee. So one more video to come, and then that'll be the end of it. All right. Nothing better than being home. Whoo, baby, I got to pee. Well, everybody, that wraps up the road trip from LA back to New York. I'm sporting my I Love Beaver shirt. Hair's all slicked back now. I look better instead of looking like a wackadoodle, more than normal. So here comes the breakdown on the gas stations. Well, on the way there, I was pushing myself further, thinking it was a great idea that if I was doing 3 or 4 hour runs that I would get there sooner in less time. So basically, to go there from New York, couple things I learned. One, pushing myself for that far, long period of time driving really sucks ass. 2.5 hours, 170 to 200 miles a clip really isn't bad. Even if it's multiple gas stations, you're not taking a lot, and you're going to see in here. And there's a lot of gas receipts compared to before. The other thing too was that, you know, going through New York, then getting lost in Pennsylvania, going through New York traffic, then getting lost in Pennsylvania, and then as the states went on, there was some states where it was great, there was no traffic, but then there was also states where there was bumper to bumper traffic, such as like in Las Vegas, in different sections of California when I was getting into, in different sections of Arizona, and then there was that accident in Colorado where I lost so much time in the Colorado Rockies. But on the way back, I had zero traffic until I hit Jersey, just before Manhattan, but I had timed it just right. So it was a 12-hour clip that I did today. I think just a little shy of 12 hours from start to finish. And I timed it right with last night, where this morning at 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:45, I went to sleep. I said, all right, you know, in 5 to 7 hours when I wake up, whichever comes first, because I had 2 alarms, I'm going to leave when the sun's up. If it's 8 o'clock in the morning and I do 12 hours, I get home around 8 o'clock, which I did. And hopefully by that time, the Long Island Expressway in Queens and Nassau County are light, and in Suffolk County it's smooth sailing. Not too bad. It was a little touch and go in Queens. Not really bad at all. I got through there. I got through Nassau County. As soon as I got to the end of Nassau County border into Suffolk County, it was fucking left lane, X amount of miles an hour. With everybody else. Smooth sailing. Freaking awesome. So, I timed everything perfectly right. Thank God. My insanity worked. I ended up like cutting through Manhattan after going through the Holland Tunnel to get to where I needed to go. And that worked out really good. To get to the BQE, and then from the BQE to the Long Island Expressway. A lot of gas receipts here. I'm going all the way back to when I started. And at the end of this video, because I didn't do it in the last one, is I'm going to show a bunch of photos that is from leaving my house, heading to my girlfriend's house in LA, and then leaving LA and heading back to my house. And you guys can see the difference of the drives of the clips, and also the amount of gas station stops. So we're going to start off with now. The times are going to be a little funky here, okay, because there's different time zones. So if I went like 200 or 300 miles in like 10 minutes, that's why. So we started off at, so I went from her house to the first gas station I hit. And what happened was I hit this gas station originally before I went to her house. So from this gas station, Arco, in Victorville in California, I gassed up there, went to her house, the truck sat for a week, then went from her house back to the gas station, and I only used 9 gallons of gas. And that was at 56,861 miles. Then the next one I went to was a Love's in Las Vegas. It was 5,769 miles, and I used 9 gallons of gas. Gets better. Then I ended up in Beaver, Utah, at Eagles Landing, Beaver. 57,271 miles. I ended up using 10 gallons of gas. Then, as I traveled along the long state of Utah, I got over to Thompson, Utah, where at 57,479 miles, I ended up putting 10 gallons of gas in the truck. Over in Dumont, Colorado, at 57,759 miles, I stopped there and I put 15 gallons of gas in the truck. Then at 57,993 miles, I stopped at a 24/7 in Goodland, Kansas, and I ended up putting 11 gallons into the truck. Then I stopped at Abilene, Kansas at another 24/7 store. It was at 58,251 miles, and I put in 14 gallons into the truck. Then I stopped at Bates City, Missouri, and I ended up putting in 9 gallons of gas. And that was, I don't know if I said it, but it was 58,440 miles. At 58,721 miles, I stopped in Vandalia, Illinois, and I ended up putting in 14 gallons of gas. At 58,874 miles, I stopped at a Love's in Mooresville, Indiana, and I ended up putting in 8 gallons of gas. At 59,031 miles, I stopped at another Love's in Springfield, Ohio, and I ended up putting in 7 gallons of gas. At a Sunoco in Diamond, Ohio, I ended up putting in, at 59,228 miles at Diamond, Ohio, I ended up putting in 9 gallons of gas. At 59,449 miles in Langdon, PA, I ended up putting in 10 gallons of gas. At 59,606 miles in Rockaway, New Jersey, I ended up putting in 6 gallons of gas. And for the best one of all, at 59,691 miles in my hometown of Holbrook, New York, I ended up putting in, drum roll please, 3 gallons of gas. So, not too shabby. Now, what does that all mean, Basil? Well, let's turn on the computer. Where the hell's the button? Okay. So we're going to turn on the computer. I got my Subway sandwich from last night sitting here getting to me. I'm going to crack open a White Claw. I got them off the road. Oh, this is cool. Look at my screen. Fucking A. There's a lot of cool photos coming for this section. Obviously, you guys will be seeing that before you see this video. Okay, so we're going to start from the beginning. Pearly, relax. I know, yeah. Man, it's like you've been away. You left me behind with her. Okay, so I'm going to start over at Victorville, and we're going to go down the price of everything. So in Victorville, California, it came out to be $41.93. The hell's the plus symbol? My eyes are shot. In Las Vegas, it came out to a grand total of $38.69. And Beaver, Utah, it came out to a grand total of $43.58. Shut up with the fucking notifications, computer. It's like, where have you been? I haven't been playing Forza 5. Like, I know. I've been playing Over the Road Trucker Simulator. In Thompson, Utah, I put in 4106. In Dumont, Colorado. Oh, it was one of my happiest stops ever. I finally put $60 into the truck. Because that was my estimate on how much it was going to cost every gas station. And that was the first gas station in the whole trip that actually took $60. Then over at Goodland, Kansas, took $38.61. In Abilene, Kansas, it came to a grand total of $32.25. Almost hit the wrong button. In Bates City, Missouri, it came out to a grand total of $33.10. And half the time I was running premium. Most of these gas receipts are premium. Only like one or two was middle grade. Everything was premium. Next one is Vandella, Illinois. It came out to, where is it? $55. Uh-oh. In Mooresville, Indiana, it came out to a grand total of $33. In Springfield, Ohio, it came out to a grand total of $27.33. In Diamond, Ohio, it came out to a grand total of $32.01. That was funny. The woman's like, 1 cent? So she took a penny out of the to take a penny thing and then gave me $1 in return. Pretty nice of her. Then in Langton, Pennsylvania, that was $41 even. Yes. Right? Yes. And in Shell, Rockaway, gas station in Rockaway, New Jersey, shocked the guy at the gas station because he couldn't believe that my truck only took 6 gallons of fuel. He was like, wow. That came out to $27 even. And the final gas station in Holbrook, New York, came out to a grand total of $13.60 for 3 gallons of gas. After sitting through all that traffic, going through Jersey and going through Manhattan and going down the BQE and the Holland Tunnel and the Long Island Expressway in Queens and in Nassau County with some of the traffic, and then getting out on the highway and just letting the Eagles run, I only needed 3.8 gallons of gas. So it came out That's fucking funny, right? Came out to $13.60. That is, if I did that in my Challenger, I would have had to stop and get gas in like Queens or Nassau. All right, so that comes out to a grand total of $558.16 to go from LA back to New York. And I did it in 3 days. So, and I only had traffic once I got to the city, so it worked out pretty good. So anyway, guys, so at the end of this video, you're going to see the going from New York to LA, the screenshots of my timeline from my GPS, and then you'll see then I'll have it where it goes from New York to LA, and then from LA back to New York. Other than that, I hope you guys like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. Go out there and do something as crazy as I did. It's doable, it's affordable, one person can do it. There's a lot of things I learned. It's easier to buy food out on the road than really bring it and try to heat it, unless you have a way of heating it. An onboard refrigerating unit that works also as a freezer, depending on how you set it, is freaking phenomenal. Because if you want to have like cold drinks in there, you could have cold drinks in there. If you want to keep your food cold from the night before, like the Subway sandwich, I could just turn it on and let it run while I'm driving. And what's great with that thing is that it doesn't run when the engine's off, at least not in my truck, because the port that I use only works when the engine is running, when the key's on. Not when the engine's running, but when the key is on. To like pre-ignition or accessory mode, it will come on. And what was I gonna say? What's another thing? Plot your route, and if you are going to do a trip where you go from literally like New York to LA or vice versa, or any place that you plan on going, if you're planning on taking the same route back, get your gas receipts, because it was stressful going there. Because every gas station, I had to now find another gas station to go to that my distance before empty on my truck, I knew I could make it there. Like, it would say 556, but I would take like 150 off of that. So I was like, okay, wait, let's knock it down to 400. Let's make 400 as the comfort zone. And I thought pushing myself that far would be better. And it actually was better to do it this way, even though it was more stops at gas stations. It was great because I was able to get out of the truck and I wasn't in it for too long. And I had one run that was 4 hours for like 289 miles that I did. And I was like so shot halfway through. I was just like, I wasn't having it. And when I finally made it to the gas station, I was just like, oh man, fuck this. And then after that, I made sure, like, I was doing it right beforehand, but when I did that, I was like, oh God, like, what was I doing to myself? And that's what I did in the beginning. And I ended up like killing myself early on in my trip from New York to LA because I was so tired from driving. When I started breaking it up every basically under 220 miles, I had more energy, you know, especially when I had like a large cup of coffee, and then like 3 to 4 hours later I grabbed another large cup of coffee, and that was on Sunday, where I did 15 hours drive, and that was utterly insane, but I was awake for it, even though I got turned away at a gas station due to BS technicality and stuff. I mean, everybody did. Me and a few truckers and stuff, we got turned away because people want to be stupid. So we ended up going to a different gas station. It was funny, like, I gassed up at that place, and then I went to the next gas station to gas up and sleep there for the night, which is where I woke up this morning and left there a little after 8 o'clock to start my journey back home, which was like about 600 miles. It said I think it said like 10 to 11 hours. And it was just about that. It was like closer to 12 hours, but not bad, not complaining. But yeah, definitely if you're going down and back, keep your gas receipts, because when you're going back, you know that you have a gas station or a pinpoint that you can make to with your vehicle. And like I said, when I was going down there, I wasted so much time trying to find a gas station to go to. And it was really getting painful and stuff. So a lot of these gas receipts are repeats of what I did when I went to LA. It was only I started breaking them up when I would look at a gas station. I'd be like, ooh, 380 miles away. What's in the middle? Oh, 175 miles away. Yeah, fuck it. I'll take it. 2 hours and 15 minutes. I don't give a shit. 6 gallons of gas. Go to the next one. 6 gallons of gas. It wasn't bad. I was able to break it up, and I had a lot more energy driving versus just being, tired and shit-faced of the highway. And then, just don't push yourself. You can push yourself to a point if you know you can make it, but don't push yourself to the point where you're like, can't even keep your eyes open on the road. Like, I'm having trouble keeping my eyes on just looking at you because of freaking bright lights over here. But other than that, I think that's about everything I can really cover. Make sure you have everything under the sun. Make sure, and you could always get stuff at gas stations. It's not like if you don't have enough water. Like, I ran out of water that I had brought, which for some dumb reason I thought I was able to use it all. Also, make sure you bring a bottle to pee in, especially when you're on the road. I know it's a weird thing, and I know I joked about it a lot on video, but no, seriously, like, there's times, if you're able to and you're a man, you can just whip it out, put it in the bottle, and keep going. If you're a female, it's a little bit harder. They do make the funnels for women, but, it's hard sometimes when you're in areas where there's a long stretch with nowhere to pull over safely, and you gotta pee. So that kind of comes into the play of also, like, don't drink so much water. Don't drink so much liquids. There'd be times I'd be kind of bored driving. I'd just be drinking water for no reason. I wasn't thirsty. And then, next thing you know, I'm peeing like every 20 miles. And I got these bottles that are full of urine. Now what am I going to do it? I got to pee. Now I got to, like, pull over somewhere on the side of the road, dump the bottles out, not get hit by people, to take a pee, to dump the bottle out again, and then keep going. So always watch, how much liquids you're taking in, and also be careful what you're eating too. So other than that, guys, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. The photos will be at the end, and that's it. This is Mike from Growtopia. Went on a road trip of a lifetime. Later. Okay, so just a little correction in the set of photos that are going to be coming up. So on Thursday the 23rd, the day that I left, on there where it says the mileage and the time is actually wrong, because at 4 o'clock in the morning-ish, I woke up and went to work. And as a fuel truck driver, I drive around Long Island making fuel deliveries, then drove home, and then drove from home, or left work, went to go get gas, etc., etc., then left from my driveway and started heading out to Ohio. So the actual real times and the mileage, I'll tell you right now. So it was 2:53 p.m. Thursday is when I left, and it was 2:16 a.m. Friday when I called it quits. It was a grand total of 538.6 miles, and it was 11 hours and 23 minutes. All of that information you could actually get from watching the last video of the beginning of that drive. Is how I was able to get all that information, because of course the gas receipt didn't have the info on it, so I had to go investigate in my own video to figure out how long it was. So that first day, that's why I felt like I didn't want to do it anymore, because it was 11 hours and 23 minutes and I only went 538 miles. It was like, that's it. When the trip is like 2,938 miles away, like 538.6 miles in 11 hours and 23 minutes doesn't feel like shit. But that's just what that is. All the other photos are all correct. I just wanted to let you guys know with that one. Just because you're looking at it and you're like, wow, 16 hours and you did 571. No, it's not right, because I did a lot of driving around on Long Island making fuel deliveries. So, but not that much, what is it, 538, and it said 571 on the thing, so, everything was close by, but still, it said 16 hours when it was actually 11 hours and 23 minutes from when I left my house to when I called it quits. But anyway, guys, keep watching. Hope you enjoy the video. For anybody who watched that to the end, all the way to the end, in case anybody was wondering, what am I eating since I've been home? Well, here's some bonus footage. So I have a pickle with Hidden Valley Ranch on it. Woo! Forgot how sour these fuckers were. And being unwinding before I have to go to work in 2 days. I got home earlier than I expected, so I took the next day off because I didn't think I was going to get home at 8 o'clock. And it's 1 a.m. Tuesday morning, and my brain is so fucked up with being up at all hours of the night that, I mean, plus I had that large coffee too, so. But here's a regular pickle. Here's some Italian dressing. Some balsamic vinaigrette. And chase it with a scoop of ranch dressing. So, some bonus footage for anybody who watched it at the end. I'm washing it down with a White Claw. While rewatching my videos from my trip from New York to LA, while making videos that you guys were about to see. I already released part 1 and part 2, and I'm about to release part 3, so this is bonus footage for anybody who saw it to the end. Cute. Jeez, you're sensitive. Anyway, hope everybody enjoyed all the footage. I'm going to go back to watching my videos of myself, go back to video editing, and going back to taking a pickle with a bunch of white stuff on it and shoving it in my mouth.